Well, let's go ahead and pick up where we left off. We're currently in the first round. We got through half the board, 15 clues. I'm currently in first place at $1,700. Let's go with U.S. cities for $200. Home of the Heat, the Marlins, and one of the newest NHL franchises. What is Miami?
You are correct.
Of course, the Miami Heat is now LeBron James' new home. U.S. cities 300. The first U.S. mint was set up in this city, which was the U.S. capital at the time. Philadelphia? (1790 to 1800).
You are correct.
Makes sense, does it? That's when it was capital of the U.S. Now it's Washington, D.C. U.S. cities for 4. Well, there's the daily double in the round. I have $2,200. I'm going to go for $1,000 on this clue. Since the name Nashborough was too terribly British, the city fathers decided on this name. What is Nashville?
You are correct.
Alright, another $1,000 for me. I'm up to $3,200 now. U.S. cities for 5. This Ohio city is named for the fact that it lies midway between Dayton and Cincinnati. I think Stray Venus or Ricky would know this. Middletown.
You are correct.
That does make sense. Hats and headgear 300. The room in which you're most likely to see someone wearing a tall white hat called a toque. Toque, toque. Maybe it's toque. Well,
Sorry.
Curt doesn't know his hat or his room. I want to say the den, but I'm not going to risk it. Diane rings in. She doesn't know either.
Sorry.
So back in the hole with Diane.
No, the correct response?
It's the kitchen. It's the kitchen. Okay, Curt, back to you. L words for 200. In Irish folklore, these little elves are cobblers who hold hidden treasure. Leprechauns.
You are correct.
That's right. Hats and headgear for 400. A lace head scarf worn by a lady of Spain. And
Sorry.
Curt is continuing to play stupid. He's continuing to play like an idiot. But Diane knows it. It's a mantilla.
You are correct.
So she gets herself back on the plus side with $100. Famous Georges for 200. Famous filmmaker who admits American Graffiti was based on his coming of age in Modesto, California. George Lucas, director of Star Wars. Maybe this is him.
You are correct.
Alright. Georges for 300. 2 days before leaving office, Ronald Reagan was given this man's sweater as a parting gift. George Gipp.
You are correct.
George is 400. He was a fencing instructor long before he joined the A-team. See if Curt knows it. He does. George Papard.
You are correct.
Okay? Elworth for 300. The Greek glycyrrhiza, meaning sweet root, gave us this name for the plant and candy flavor. Does Diane know it? Yeah, licorice.
You are correct.
I had just thought of that. But unfortunately, Diane thought of it sooner. Hat figure 500. The tall headdress worn by bishops both on and off a chessboard. Couldn't be the crown. Well,
Sorry.
we'll never know it because Curt doesn't know it. At least not from Curt. Let's see if Diane knows it. No, she doesn't.
Sorry.
But I'm not going to play stupid. I'm not going to be an idiot like how these two were. Unless I accidentally hit it myself by accident.
You know the correct response?
It's a miter. Diane? Famous George's 500. Lonesome Comic who beat Walt Disney for the 1954 Outstanding New Personality Emmy. Well, we know his first name is George. Well,
Sorry.
apparently Curt doesn't know it, so he's going to drop in the hole. But Diane knows who it is. George Gobel.
You are correct.
So she's now up to 700. Elworth for 400. At the 1988 GOP convention, George Bush spoke of 1,000 points of this. What is lights?
You are correct.
Uh-huh. And our last clue. A thick waterproof wool used for making coats or a color of green. Slime something. Well,
Sorry.
Diane doesn't know what it is, so she'll drop to 200. So it looks like Curt will be selecting first in Double Jeopardy.
You know the correct response?
Loden. Didn't start with line. Alright, so at the end of the Jeopardy round, Curt's at minus 100, Diane is 200.
Double Jeopardy.
Is what we start now, as I'm in the lead with $4,000. 2 daily doubles.
You are the category.
Spiritual songs. Money. Cities. Mother Goose. Gone Fishin'. And world religion. And Curt, you start. Mother Goose for 200. This holiday comes but once a year, and when it comes, it brings good cheer. What is Christmas? All holidays actually come once a year, but Christmas is everybody's favorite.
You are correct.
Yeah. Now let's look at one more clue. Mother Goose for 400. Georgie Porgy made the girls cry by doing this to them. Kiss them. Gotta wonder what they would be like today.
You are correct.
That's right. Takes me to 4,600. We'll go ahead and stop here for part 2, and I'll see you guys for part 3.